Let's go. Let us go. Let us go. All right, folks. We are in here. We're going to get a cue on the audio. We're going to bring some stuff up here. And hopefully we get some people in here. What up, what up? If you're in there, let us know how you're doing. Let us know how the audio is. It is a glorious Sunday. Glorious, glorious Sunday. Pulling up a few different articles here. The Petapixel video. We have an American Society of Cinematographers. A couple articles here. If you remember Escape at Danemora, this is a brief breakdown on that. We have the latest edition of ASC, which is the stills issue. And we have some information on Severance. This is what we're going to be talking about tonight. All about Severance here. Episode 7, Season 2 was shot on film, half of it, with the ARRI Cam Light LT, ARRI Zeiss Master Primes, and then, of course, the majority of Season 2 shot on the Venice 2, as well as Season 1 was shot on the Venice 2. These are some of the lenses here. Panavision C series, Panavision H series, Primo Zoom for the now classic elevator shot, and then the ARRI Zeiss Ultra Primes as well. So we got quite a collection of gear used on this show. We're going to be looking at a lot of different grabs here, given our little breakdown on it here. People are dwindling in here now. Chris Flores in the house. He's our steady viewer here. What is up, Chris? Let me know how that audio is, brother. If I film an ad, here we go, right out the bat. If I film an ad, how do I submit it for an Emmy nom? How do awards work in general? That's a great question, Chris. If you film an ad, I don't necessarily know how you would submit for an Emmy nomination. I mean, have you ever Googled that? I've never heard of people wanting to do that. That's an interesting thing. Yeah, let's just see how it works. Because we might be able to find some information here in IMDb of how it goes down. I've never looked into that. That's an interesting. What is, you know? It's like, are you have that much faith in it, Chris, that you're just gonna like shoot it to the moon right out the bat, huh? You just want to nominate it for an Emmy? I don't know if it's something that is like collectively pooled or if you have to submit it yourself. How do I submit my commercial for an Emmy? This is gonna fuck up my algorithm, Chris. Let's see. Okay, let's see. As the process may vary, you know, hopefully John 2000 will jump in here tonight. He's very old school. I bet you he knows how to get it done. Yeah, you see, there are Emmy rules here, Chris, at the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences, which is in North Hollywood, by the way. You can submit online via a digital award show management system. So designated, I think that's supposed to be co-designated for each NATAS Emmy Award contest. So these are the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences rules. So you might want to go check this out, Chris, and download this. Yes, Prison Junkie. Severance revolutionized white wall cinema. 100%, bro. That's what I want to talk about tonight. You know, to me, they taught us how to shoot on white walls. I've never seen it executed. Obviously now I can't find a good grab of, I'm too deep in the season. Let me back out here a little bit. Let's go back to Season 1 and get a good grab of that. Let's go all the way back to Good News About Hell. What a great title name for the opening pilot. Let's see, details, images. Come on, give me something good, man. Give me something good. Yeah, this isn't quite what I was looking for, but we all know. We've all seen the show, and 100%, man. Jessica Lee Gagné, I believe is how you pronounce it. I mean, she's a mastermind. What's so interesting to me about this is not the first time her and Ben Stiller worked together. I found in my own research, and I didn't realize this, that Ben Stiller directed Escape at Danemora, and she was also the cinematographer on that. This is an amazing show based on a true story. Funny enough, also starring one of the GOATs, Patricia Arquette. Dude, I've been a huge fan of Patricia Arquette since my days of young JP in high school, obsessed with Tarantino and Scorsese movies, and True Romance, one of my favorite movies of all time, True Romance, which stars Patricia Arquette and written by Tarantino, but not directed by Tarantino. But man, what an awesome film. And I'm only bringing it up because Patricia Arquette is so amazing in this movie. She plays Alabama, and just an awesome movie, man. Christopher Walken has an amazing part. I mean, everybody and their mother is in this movie, by the way. Like, this movie is just full of so many amazing cameos, like a lot of Tarantino's movies are. I think this was actually maybe Brad Pitt's first movie, like his first speaking role. I do believe that. I think this is Brad Pitt's first speaking role. He just plays like some pothead on the couch. Val Kilmer's in this. Gary Oldman plays a white gangster, but he's like full, like, you know, like nowadays, I don't think it would be so accepted. Like, he's got dreads and he's all like doing, like, you know, it's a crazy movie. James Gandolfini, rest in peace, man. He's got one of the best parts in this movie. I'm just telling you, man, this is like film school 101 here. Yeah, dude, the man, dude, Dennis Hopper. There's so many good people in this film. Anyways, Patricia Arquette, there she is. She's so good in that film. And then, so, you know, to see her in this film, or this TV show, Escape at Danemora, which was Jessica Lee and Ben Stiller's first collaboration, I believe. Maybe not the first time they worked together. I don't know. Hell, who knows? But they definitely shot this TV show together, and then it's so cool to see them team back up again for Severance. And yeah, man, 100%, just a masterclass in how to shoot what could otherwise just have been completely mundane and boring for, you know, I mean, the majority of the set of this location when they're inside Lumen is just so, you know, it's supposed to be sterile. It's supposed to be, you know, not interesting in terms of the way that the factory, or whatever you want to call this, the workplace looks. But it is just amazing that the work that they did, mainly due to the cinematography, right? I know there's production design involved, but I mean, it's really still lacking, you know, because there's a lot, you know, it's just a white walled office. It's supposed to be that way because it's almost like surreal. There's got to be better fucking shots on here, man. But yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about tonight. Kind of looking at the, I'm stuck here. Kind of looking at the, you know, the cinematography of this, looking at the different tools they used. I specifically want us to look at episode 7, season 2, because that's when they broke away from the Sony Venice 2 and they shot on film with the Arri Zeiss Master Primes and the ARRICAM Lite LT. We were just letting Chris know that he can go to the NATA's National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences because he really wants to submit his TV show to be nominated for an Emmy. We wish you the best of luck, Chris. There's a big production company in my state that have won Emmys and get nominated, so I'm wondering how that works in general. What state are you in, Chris? Yo, Indonesia in the house. Oh, Mondru with his fresh eyes. Prison Junkie, True Romance is best thing Tarantino was ever attached to. Wow, that's some pretty bold words there, Prison Junkie. I don't know if it was the best thing he was ever attached to. Do you mean like something where he wasn't like the full-on creator-director? Because in that case, I would agree with you. But I don't know if it's like his best thing ever, but it is very, very good. You know, I don't know, maybe you're right, because now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, I'm like, I don't know what Tarantino movie I like more than this one, actually, now that you mention that. I don't know, honestly. I'm just thinking like maybe Pulp Fiction, maybe Reservoir Dogs, but I mean, look, even Sizemore's in this. Dude, I've worked with this guy, by the way. Tom Sizemore, this guy he's out of his mind, dude. He's so crazy. I think he did a season of Celebrity Rehab with Dr. Drew. Yeah, he's wild, dude. Dude, you might be right, Prison Junkie. Actually, you might be right. You might be onto something. This might be Tarantino's best movie. Funny enough, he didn't even direct it. Maybe that's why. What if Tarantino would have just stayed a writer? I don't know, dude. I do love Pulp Fiction. I'm a huge fan of Pulp Fiction, but yeah, dude, True Romance all the way. I was hoping to get a picture of Gary Oldman because he's just so insane. Look how young Sam Jackson is. Look how young baby boy Jackson in here. But you want to talk about like classic lighting. That was a great shot of Sam Jackson, man. Look at that. Classic orange and teal, dude. Way back in the day, 1993. Shit, dude, ain't no nothing original, dude. Except when we talk about Severance, because for me, like, honestly, like, this is so crazy to me. The white wall, like, the way they did this show is like fascinating, and a lot of it I think has to do with the camera movement 100%, but also even for the static shots. I mean, just look at, but again, yeah, production design, god damn, I mean, look how deep this place goes. Now it's up to debate, like, we don't know, like, could this just been projected wall to make this appear much bigger? They could be in a much smaller space and we wouldn't know because of like LED walls or, CGI and shit, VFX. It's very well possible they could have just stretched this out because I mean, that's an insanely large space. But it's a lot of wide lenses, and but yeah, man, I love the composition of this show. Jessica Lee went to town on this, but I do want us to talk about the episode 7, season 2, which was the one they shot on film. Let me try to find that real quick. Right here, Chikai Bardo. Yeah, man. So I'm not going to do any spoilers on this, and that's why I'm not really pulling up any video. Also, I don't want to get flagged for sharing other YouTube videos and shit. But this was for those of you that have seen the show, you know that this is like the flashback episode, like the origin story of Emma. I don't think that's a spoiler, is it? No, not really. But you can see these are just a couple of the screen grabs that were shot on film. And the funny thing is, when this first started playing, in my head, I was like, is that real film or are they using dehancer? I literally had that thought because honestly, like, I couldn't like really tell. But again, like, we're kind of in a position right now where like half of our shit is in storage, so we don't have like our normal big screen TV. So we were kind of watching it on a smaller screen, which I don't know, could have had something to do with it, but probably not. But you can see this was the film camera that they used, the ARRICAM Lite LT. Maximum frame rate is only 48 frames. See, boys, you don't need anything special. But notice it's a Super 35 millimeter. So they used the Aries Ice Master Primes. Very interesting combo there. True Romance is a 10. Yeah, for sure. I would give it a 10 too. I absolutely love True Romance 100%. I mean, I could, yeah, we could sit here and talk about True Romance all night, 100%. Like, this movie, very influential on a young JP. I know that for sure, dude. This movie is just insane. The James Gandolfini scene alone is insane. I know that's kind of a weird, like, how are we going from Severance to True Romance? But it's all because of Patricia Arquette, guys. It's all Patricia Arquette's fault. But the interesting thing is, I want us to look at this too, because this is an amazing show that both of them did as well. The DP and Ben Stiller, the DP of Severance being Jessica Lee. And this show, wow, what an amazing look too. And Patricia Arquette, again, full circle, also in this show. So this is a prison show based on real life. There's our DP friend right there. She's got her Panavision 100 mil. Shooting on a 100 mil. Holy shit. So this is an article. This is an older article out of the ASC. I was hoping that they would have a little bit more, some grabs in here, but we can just pull some out of IMDb, because I do want us to look at that show too and try to see if we can make any connections other than, it's just the same director DP duo. What is it called? Escape at Danemora. It's the only one I didn't pull up. I love Tarantino, one of the best, 100%. Tony Scott visuals plus QT equals Nirvana. Yo, Jason Morbies, I agree with True Romance. My favorite Tarantino movie that he's directed is Quentin's least favorite, Death Proof. Also, Inglourious Basterds is right up there. Yeah, dude, yeah. Inglourious Basterds, 100%. Love that movie too. Let me see. Escape at Danemora. I don't know how to spell it, dude. Danemora. Also, this is a true story though, which is even more crazy. So if you like, just a summary, if you guys don't know what it is, it's like this prison guard lady. She helped 2 inmates escape basically. And it's so wild because she was like boning both of them. I don't think that's that big of a spoiler. It's just a weird ass story, and it's true. And then so yeah, Benicio del Toro, who's like one of my favorite actors of all time, he's in it along with Patricia Arquette, and then Paul Dano's crazy ass. He plays the other guy. It's a stellar show though. I mean, just look. Yeah, and this show has a great look. It also has kind of like a nostalgic kind of vibe to it too. I think the actual story took place in the early 2000s. Look at Benicio, dude. He's such a boss, dude. Yeah, look how green this shot is. That's gnarly. I mean, a lot of these are shot in like, some of these are shot in, most of the stuff, the prison stuff is actually shot in a couple prisons here in LA. So there's one way up north in Lancaster where they shoot at sometimes, but then when they want like the old timey prison look, they go to a prison down in Chino. And yeah, so a lot of that might have been like just kind of working off of the, you know, available light and just leaning into that green fluorescent look. I don't know, doesn't it look green to you guys? Yeah, man, but yeah, this is a really all natural looking. You know, this is kind of her style, you know, like she really leans into that all natural look. It almost it's like a, you know, it's like a cinematic documentary almost, you know what I mean? Because, you know, like the composition is so good, you know, her composition is what separates from like the documentary feel of it, but yet the lighting is so natural and real that it feels kind of documentary. And I think that's also even kind of true of Severance a lot. You know what's wild about Severance is like when they go to that, when they're outside of Lumen and they go and have dinner at like someone's house, it's dark as shit, dude. Like when the black guy's in there at their house, like you can't even see his face, which is really wild to me. But like it kind of makes sense how she kind of rolls. Yeah, like this might be when they go to the house. Goodbye, Mrs. Selvig. They might have some shots of here when the I forget the black guy's name. Milchek, yeah. When Milchek's at the house, I mean, even this, 2 white people at a diner, and I mean, this is dark, you know. I love that shit though, man. Just lean into it so hardcore. But like, what diner have you been to where it's like, dude, if you walked into a diner and it was that dark, I would turn my happy ass around and walk out, dude. It's like lit like a horror movie. But it's so much leans into the tone and the nuance of everything going on that it never really bothered me, you know. But sometimes when you watch it, when Milchek goes to the sister's house or wherever I think it's the sister's house where he always visits them. and he'll be so dark, but it didn't really bother me because I really liked it. This is kind of lifted a little bit. This one is. It's actually usually much darker than that. I mean, the tone of that diner was pretty spot on for how they do, and this is what I love too. This is kind of cool too. How she like leans one way, like she really rides the frame left, and she just lets all this empty space be. I absolutely love that too. It's like, who cares what's going on like on his frame left? You know, like it doesn't matter. And a lot of that might have just been like, yo, we need to save this window. So that might have been an artful way to do it, but maybe not. Maybe that's like a solid choice of hers to lean on, like, and that is again, you know, you can get into the nuance of the show, you know, of so much empty space, and they lean into this constant almost like motif of empty spaces. It's really cool, man. I just think like the lighting is not something that I'm 100% like oh my God, you know, it's like, it to me with this show, it was more about the composition, the camera movement, and not even like the camera movement. Like, I don't really care about the, you know, cause you know, if you guys saw the opening episode for season 2, I mean, that thing like opened up so wild, and someone did a breakdown of it. Like, I've seen so many breakdowns of this show. Like, someone did a breakdown of it, how it was like it was like a callback to the pilot, the way he entered the elevator, kind of calm and going down the hallways. So then when season 2 opens up, he's like hauling ass down the hallways, rather than walking around kind of quizzically. But they did it with the robot arm, you know. They did it like, I think Vanity Fair did a breakdown of it or some shit. But oh man, oh cool, they got full trailers on here. Hell yeah. So now we'll be able to watch without getting flagged, because oh sorry, because if I was to pull this up on YouTube, obviously I'd get my ass flagged, but I think it'll be okay through IMDb. Yeah, the classic Zolly shot. And yeah, going from innie to outie, right there was where he was at the house. That was so good, dude. That was exactly what I was talking about right there. I mean, he's just, you know, he's just gone, dude. You can barely make him out. And it's almost like opposite of what we would normally do, right? Because normally we would shoot into the shadow side, but it's flipped. You know, now we're shooting into the lit side because he's just falling into complete darkness. It's kind of like an interesting way. And that's what I mean. Like, she more just kind of like leans into like the natural way, almost like how you would with a documentary, and just kind of go with it. But obviously they have a whole team, a circus behind them, so it's all done for a reason, you know. But that's why I say I'm not so sold on like the lighting of the show. Like, I'm not like enamored by the lighting as much as I am by the composition and everything. And just, yeah, the camera movement adds to the anxiety. Speaking of camera movement and anxiety, though, if you guys have watched The Studio, dude, another Apple TV show, that show gives me so much anxiety. We talked about it when we were talking about the Ronin 4D or whatever. Dear God, that show causes so much anxiety because the camera is just like constantly moving. But I guess that's the point. Like, they're trying to give that vibe, like, this is how it feels when you're a big shot producer in Hollywood or whatever. But yeah, I was hoping to get like to a shot where they're just chilling in the office, because it's like so good when they're all just chilling at the desk. But you know, that's interesting that we saw that shot of her holding the 100 mil, and then yeah, it is interesting, isn't it, to think like, yeah, maybe, you know, it's interesting to go from like a really wide lens to a really like long lens. That's a wild combo, you know. But maybe that, you know, there's a little trick to, you know, I think there is, I've said this before, where I feel like if you can master the focal lengths, I think that's like the key, you know. And I've said that before in my like on my Discord and stuff, and some guys laugh at me and stuff, but I am a firm believer of that, man. Like, if you can just, I don't even know what I'm trying to say with that, but like the focal lengths to me is like the key ingredient. Like, if you understand the focal lengths that you're using, because it's like, it's one thing to just be like, oh, I want to go wide, right? Like, well, what does that mean? You know, there's so many lenses that are 40 mil and under. They're all wide lenses, right? And then, but each one is so drastically different because they're wide, you know? And I'm just like, you know, you think about, and I've been thinking a lot about Roger Deakins lately, you know, because like, I mean, when are we not thinking about Roger Deakins? But Roger Deakins, you know, okay, we all know 1917 was shot all on one lens, a 40 millimeter lens. They shot the whole movie on a 40 millimeter lens. And maybe that had a little bit to do with me becoming obsessed with the 40 millimeter lens, but also it just was like one of the first lenses I got for my Leica. So I was like, it's just kind of, but like, but then when you watch interviews of him, like on past movies, like one of my favorite Roger Deakins movies is No Country for Old Men. So if you think about No Country for Old Men, on this film, you know, there are so many interviews of him and he talks about it. And I have a list of the lenses he talks about. Let me just pull this up real quick, because I've always kept this list. I call it Deakins style. So I always kept this list with me. Let me see if I can drag it over here. Oh man. Oh, I got to minimize this real quick. Hold on. Let me make that smaller so I can bring this over here. Okay. So can you guys see this? Let me see what's going on over here. Yeah, you can see that, right? Let me see. I think there's a way to zoom in on this. There it goes. So I'm going to zoom way in on this. So, okay. So this is like taken from like one of those studio binder videos or whatever. And he was talking about how he uses a 25 mil for over the shoulder. Or no. These are mine. I wrote this. So don't pay attention to this. So for over the shoulder, he uses a 32 or a 35 mil. For a mid shot, he uses a 35 or a 40. For a standard close-up, this is what he calls a standard close-up. He uses a 50 mil, and then he has what he calls a big close-up, where he'll use a 65 or a 75. And this is all taken from his words, right? So what I did, then I translated that to be 25, 28, 35, 50. So you're probably going, why did you translate it? What is there to translate? Well, because when he's talking about these focal lengths, he's actually shooting Super 35, right? Because that's the format he used to shoot, was Super 35 cameras. Well, nowadays, he's in the world of, full frame, right? Like 1917 was shot on the LF, the mini LF. I think that's one of the first movies the mini LF was ever used on, was 1917. So that they're finally in full frame world, and now they shot the whole movie on one lens, the 40 millimeter. So back when he's talking about these lenses, 32, 35, 40, 50, 65, he's talking about shooting on Super 35, right? Or is it, yeah, right? That's right? Yeah. So that's why I was like, wait, this is, anyways, I don't know how we got down that little bit of a rabbit hole. I don't even know how I got there now, how I got talking about Deakins or what. Let me try to get caught up in here. Hey, sup peeps, what up Orange? Severance, that famous corridor scene and all, it's like all they did was take Instagram speed ramp style video techniques and bring them to cinema. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, they used the robotic arm. They used the, I forget, hold up, man. They did a whole video of it on Vanity Fair, the Techno Arm or whatever. The reason it's not on Netflix, what? You've never seen any of this stuff? Came for the roast of Craigslist post. Okay, we'll get into that too, Orange. We'll definitely open that up. You've never seen any of this stuff? What are you talking about? You never seen No Country for Old Men? You're lying, dude. How have you seen True Romance and you've never seen No Country? That's blasphemy, dude. Yeah, dude. No Country for Old Men. It probably is on Netflix. It's on some streaming platform. It has to be. All right, let's get back to where we were. Let's see. The reason people love the 40 millimeter lens is its closeness to human vision and the fact that 40 millimeter vintage lens designs produce much sharper results. I don't know about that. I don't know. Why do you say the 40 mil is sharp? Like, what would make a certain focal length sharper? I don't quite follow that one. But I do agree that, I mean, it might be, honestly, closest to human vision is more like a 28, honestly. Well, some actually, like, the science is probably more closer to like a 35, something between like a 28 and a 35. But, I think the 40 is so cool because then you don't have to fuck with like a 35 or a 50. You can just have both. I mean, that's the way I always looked at it. It's like, oh, I get both the 35 and the 50 in one focal length. I kind of always like that. Or at least that's what my brain liked to tell me. But the real reason is because it's just, mine's so damn tiny. I mean, I can show you how small it is, dude. Let me flip over here. Look how tiny my 40 mil is. And it has a filter on it. If this camera, there it goes. Yeah. It's tiny, bro. So that's why I always shot on the 40 mil. I've been shooting on that lens for a couple of years now. Pancake lenses are also made. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So this is the Leica Summicron, basically a pancake. The thing's gnarly, dude. I think this is probably one of the smallest Leica M lenses ever made. Your favorite director, Danny Boyle, used a Canon 40 millimeter in one of his films. Yeah, favorite director. Right. Leica's Oscar Barnack proved 40 millimeter is closest to human eyes for you, yet he made a 50 millimeter. Yeah, No Country, number one of all time, 100%, dude. They don't really show a whole lot of them chilling at the desk, which I was really hoping they would have, because I would probably have to like, you know what we probably could do? Oh, it's not going to let me. Wait, does a live stream know that you're technically recording? How would that work? I'm just sitting here thinking like, if I tried to pull this up on my, or it's Apple TV. Do I have Apple TV on the computer? I don't even know, dude. I got to. It's an Apple, right? If you have a Mac, I just don't know how it would work with like the copyright stuff. Because this will probably. I better turn this off. They'll probably fucking come after me. Okay, so he wanted to see what's going on with the jobs in LA. All right, this is what we got this week. Look, they're still out there. Videographer, editor, photographer, graphics D for social media and YouTube. Here we go. Here's my next big gig. Here's my next big job. Hot damn, dude. Upcoming music artist here. Hell yeah. Looking for a videographer, editor, photographer, graphic designer for social media short videos and YouTube videos and thumbnails. I'm looking to record on 4K and publish multiple short form content for social media and music videos on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Students encouraged to reach out as well. Note, this is fun, low budget project about hope and determination, and they're a steady work. Ultra low budget negotiable. So it's cool, they're out there grinding, but I don't know. This is the funny thing to me. It's like, dude, you can't sit there and call it steady work when it doesn't, when you're encouraging students, it's like steady work, where I come from, you get paid to work, you know what I mean? Like that shit don't make sense to me, but you got to give it to them for grinding, I've done plenty of music videos for people for free. Like when it comes to people making music videos, like, cause that's kind of like the perfect collab world, like, you can combine together, and if the artist is good or someone you think is good, and then who knows what happens down the line, and sometimes like the artist will have like a director too, and like those directors, like if they're doing really good music videos, those directors will go on to shoot bigger things beyond music videos, and hopefully they'll remember you, and maybe they bring you on to shoot something cool down the line or something with them. So music videos are always a good one to get in, honestly. Here's one, a beginner filmmaker currently practicing cinematography. All right, here we go. It's JP 2017 right here. I'm looking for an experienced cinematographer or filmmaker who can help me recreate the first 5 minutes of Pi by Darren Aronofsky. Holy shit. The goal is to match the raw, high contrast, black and white look and handheld feel of the original. He's got a Blackmagic 6K Pro and a few lenses, but would love guidance on how to frame, light, and move the camera to get as close as possible to the original aesthetic. Small passion project just for practice, but I'm happy to pay you for your time. Dude, you know what? That sounds like something that I actually would maybe go help this dude do. I'm actually a big fan of Pi. I love Darren Aronofsky. Requiem for a Dream is like one of my favorite movies of all time. Anybody Bueller, you guys seen Requiem for a Dream? Look at what it pulled up. Rosamund Pike. God damn it. See, this one might be too hard to find. Pi, there it is, right there. Yeah. So this is a wacky movie, man. I was never really a fan of this film, but it is wild. I mean, you see, it's all black and white. I mean, you can see these grabs. This movie is nuts. Like honestly, you don't need the 6K Pro, to shoot this. I mean, I could go shoot this on my 8mm, get a black and white cartridge. Probably need like 2 or 3 black and white cartridges, but that would be cool actually. Hey, you know what? I don't even need this kid. He just gave me a great idea. That's what happened last week. You just got to go to Craigslist to get great ideas. No one's ever said that ever. But yeah, so you get the idea, right? I was never really into this one, but I do love Darren Aronofsky. So let's see, what did they shoot this on? Aton XTR Prod, Canon and Ingenue lenses, the Bolex H16. They shot that on 16mm film. So yeah, it would be a downgrade to show up with the Super 8, So, but we could get that look with some dehancer up in there, bro. We just get the dehancer. They don't tell us what. Oh, there it is. Eastman Plus X, Tri-X. Damn, Tri-X cinema film. Hell yeah, that's cool, dude. Yeah, so we could do that for sure. We could get dehancer on that. All right, I think I just came up with my next YouTube video. Making a remake of Pi. That's gnarly, dude. Chinatown, Royal Tenenbaums, Rushmore, Son of Saul, The Godfather, 1917, all 40 millimeter one lens shot. Yeah, 100%. I didn't know that about Chinatown. I did know that about 1917 and Rushmore, Bottle Rocket was shot on a 28 mil, right? And then Rushmore, they moved to a 40 mil. Yeah, they use a 40 mil a lot on Wes Anderson films, 100%. Chinatown, I didn't know that about Chinatown though. Hold up. Let's see. Now you got me thinking about Chinatown. I haven't seen that in a while. I had to watch that in film school. But I never cared to watch it until I went back to school and went to film school. And then I was like, all right, I'll watch this movie. It's actually pretty good, dude. And I've always been a huge fan of Jack Nicholson too. So I don't know why I ever slept on it. A lot of times, like, I thought it was like a love romance or something, so I was like, I don't want to watch that. But then you watch it, you're like, wow, this movie's actually like noir. Like, it's cool. I never knew that, I didn't give it a peace of mind. But, anyways, let's get in here and see what film they shot this one on. Panavision Panaflex, Panavision C-Series. Yeah, they're right up here, actually. Those Panavision, which ones are they? Let's get rid of this. Primo Zooms, these right here, right? It said Panavision C-Series, right? Yeah. Yeah, they also use these on Severance. It's a very famous lenses. Since 1968, Panavision C-Series anamorphic primes. Since 1968, anamorphic, baby. Yeah, dude, that's awesome. Doesn't tell us. Eastman 100T. Wow, 100 ASA. Look, and then they use Super 8. Full-length version and different digest versions were printed to Super 8. What the hell, dude? That's crazy. Maybe they printed a Super 8 for like television viewings or something. On my top 10 list for sure. Which one is? No Country. Interesting, but 28 millimeter on Super 35 is 42 mil. Still very close to 40 mil. And single lens films are either 28 or 40. Yeah, so I don't know what my math was on that. That's weird, isn't it? What was I doing? I can't remember what that math was, dude. Like, if he said 32, but then I said 25, maybe there was no math. Maybe I was just looking at the lenses I had, which is probably more realistic. So this was back when I was shooting on the Zeiss lenses. So I had a 25, I'm talking about when I had my Milvises, but I used to cut the 28 classic with the Milvises. And so I think what I was doing was like, okay, I'll use the 25 when he uses a 32. I'll use the 28 when he uses a 35. And I'll use the 35 when he uses the 50. I think it was something like that. So this is what I used to do for a long time. I'm such a little bitch, dude. Like, this is what I used to do. Like, this is the way I used to do my stuff. I would go, okay, it's an OTS. Let me grab the 25. And then, it's a medium shot. Let me grab the 28. It's a cowboy. Let me grab the 28. It's just a normal shot, 35. Oh, it's a close-up, grab the 50. Like, that's what I used to do. But that's such, like, dumb. Like, there's no, like, the problem, the reason why I say it's dumb is because it was just like, what are you doing, dude? Like, it's not like I wasn't doing anything. For one, I wasn't, like, listening to the script, right? Like, the script should always tell you like what you should be using, so I wasn't doing that. I wasn't listening to anything. It's like the equivalent of like when you learn lighting, and you just watch every wandering DP video and you're like, oh yeah, this is what I need to do every time, and then like the longer you do it, you're like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, this isn't like fucking paint by numbers, man. Like, and it's just like, so that's like why I say it's dumb. Like, that's why I don't watch lighting videos anymore. Anytime fucking anybody does a video about lighting, I'm out, dude. Like, I don't watch it, like, because to me, I'm just like, nah, dude, no one should be telling someone else like how to light their shit. Like, that's how I feel about it now. But granted, like, now, this is after like, 3 years of being a gaffer in LA and working with a bunch of different DPs, and like 7 years of being like freelance DP here in LA, so like you got to keep all that in mind. Like, and I'm just like, so now I'm just like, no, I don't want anyone telling anyone how to fucking light shit, dude. Because it's just like, I've gotten now where I'm just like, dude, the script will tell you the script tells you everything, like everything you need to know, the way you need to light it, the way you need to shoot it, the way you need to compose it, the way you need to block it, like it's all in the script. The script tells you all, you know, and then obviously it's an interpretation collaboration between the DP and the director. Obviously I'm not an idiot, right? But I'm just saying, like, it's all there in the script for you. You know, it's just the director's job to interpret it, as well as the cinematographer's job to interpret it and figure out, like, you know, how are we going to put this script on the screen, you know? In an interview, Requiem. Yeah, hell yeah, dude. What up, Trevor? Yeah, dude, I'm mad sick, dude. I've been quarantined for a week. The last live stream on Easter Sunday night, I ended up getting really sick that night after the live stream. And I thought it was just because I was talking for like a couple of hours, you know? And then afterwards, I got sick, and then I got, you know, I had to lock myself in, and today was the first day that I finally like went out and did a little bit of skateboarding and stuff and tried to like get out and do something. But yeah, it's been shitty, dude. But I took all the tests. It's not COVID. It's not influenza A or B. It's none of that stuff. But Requiem for a Dream, 100%, dude. Requiem for a Dream, you should definitely check that out. You want to see some grabs of that one? I'll show you right now real quick. We will open up, we will go to this one. Which one? Yeah, we'll get rid of this one. Requiem, right here. If you've never seen this movie, I mean, now here's the thing, like, this came out during an era when like Fight Club was my Bible, okay? But this is hands down my favorite Darren Aronofsky film. Jared Leto is in it. Stellar performance by Jared Leto. Marlon Wayans is in it. Amazing performance by Marlon Wayans. Just a beautiful film, dude. But I will tell you, it's all about addiction. Like, it's all about addiction. Like, everybody is addicted to something in this film. And that's why I love it, you know, because that's the reality of the world we live in. Everybody's addicted to something. You know, this guy's in it. Shooter McGavin's in it. This woman, one of the Ellen Burstyn, one of the greatest actresses of all time. She's so good in it. It's just, this guy's in it. This guy is so gnarly, dude. Keith David, badass actor. I worked with him once. But yeah, dude, amazing film. These screen grabs don't really do it justice. It kind of looks like shit, you know, but you got to keep in mind, this is an old ass movie. It's from 2000. Here's Jared Leto and Marlon Wayans. They're like taking the stolen TV to the pawn shop. This guy's in it from Breaking Bad. Mark Margolis. You see this thing in the background? This duck? I used to have one of those when I was a toddler. So under its head is a light, and it holds books, and in its ass, in the backside of it, where its ass is, you open it up, it's a tape deck, and it had little story times. You'd put it in, and it would read you to sleep. You know, because I didn't have parents to do that, so I had a duck that read me to sleep. Oh, that's funny that's in there. I don't think did I ever notice that in the movie? That's hilarious. Yeah, so we watched this this is a good grab right here. So we watched this in high school, and like, we were just skater punks, and one of my best friends, he was crying his ass off when this movie was over, dude. I was like, are you crying, bro? But yeah, it's deep. This movie is gnarly, dude. This movie will mess you up. Like, most of Darren Aronofsky's movies are pretty wild, dude. But this one is hands down gnarly AF. So yeah, if you are down for a crazy kind of art film, but like really good commentary on addiction, and it's all sorts of addiction, like all sorts of addiction. It's not just drugs. It's you know, because you can get addicted to anything. You know, this movie's awesome, dude. It's honestly one of the only movies, you know, because I don't know if, I mean, I'm sure you guys know this by now, but I've been sober for like how many years? Like 12 years now. Or I've been sober since 2013, but I was hardcore. I did a lot of drugs and alcohol in my day. I've been to jail multiple times. This movie is one of the only movies, when it comes to addiction, this is the only movie that I will tolerate. Because most movies about addiction are fucking bullshit. You know, like, most movies about addiction are like the what was that movie About a Boy? I fucking hate that movie. About a Boy is one of the most dog ass, dumbest.
Not About a Boy.
Yeah, it's about a boy.
That's the Hugh Grant movie.
Oh, what am I thinking of? I'm talking about the one with the guy from The Office.
And Timothy Chalamet.
And Timothy Chalamet. What was that?
I can't remember.
Let me find it. I thought it was called About a Boy. Hold on, because now I got to know what the name of that movie was. It's one of the worst movies about addiction, and people were just glorifying the shit out of it, of course, because it's Hollywood. It's Hollywood addiction, right? It's bullshit. It's not real. What was it? What's the guy's name? Steve Carell? Yeah, Steve Carell. And was it Chalamet? I didn't know it was Timothy. It doesn't matter, though. Yeah, Beautiful Boy. Horrendous movie, man. Beautiful Boy. That's the one. This movie is such dog shit. And the reason why I hate it so much is because it's like that's not real life, man. That's not what it's like. It's so glossy, and it like honestly it makes you want to like if you were a kid or someone struggling with drugs or alcohol, it would make you want to go get fucked up, honestly. Like that's how stupid of a movie it is. It's like that shit doesn't even make sense to me. But there's no reality to it. This movie and honestly, like Beautiful Boy, like I don't mean to roast them, but it's just the reality of their shitty movie. But like they're not the only ones to do that. Like that is a thing Hollywood does. Hollywood loves to try to make these raw emotional movies about addiction, and it's just glorified Hollywood glossy bullshit. Like it always is. It always is. The only movie I've ever seen where addiction is real is Requiem for a Dream. Maybe the closest that can come to it is the one where the baby's on the wall. What was that one? Trainspotting. Maybe Trainspotting could come the closest, but that was more like comical to me. To me, that was like, oh, that's funny. But Requiem for a Dream is like, that will gut punch you, bro. You know, it's gnarly. Oh, Mary Vernew. I know her back from my acting days. She's a casting director. That's hilarious. Anyways, we got down a crazy rabbit hole there. In an interview, Tarantino said you don't need to learn about the 40mm lens or anything before starting. The 40mm has a certain magic. Yeah. I don't know, man. Yeah, I mean, maybe. I don't know if there's anything magical to it, but it's nice when you only need to worry about one lens, you know, like, and if you use that focal length all the time, it's just, you know what it does, you know, you just know what it does. I think that would be impossible to do with like a set of 10 lenses. It's like, how the fuck would you know all of those lenses? Like how could you? It's too many lenses, you know. It's like, that's why I did that video a while back where I'm like, you only need 3 lenses, right? Because 3 lenses, it's like, okay, this is easier, I know what these do, you know. Because I mean I know you can use a director's viewfinder or whatever, and sometimes you have to do that, but sometimes it's just nice to visualize it. And yeah, 100% the 40mm. Back to these boys, check these guys out. Plus Clint Mansell making the score too, 100%. Clint Mansell did the score. I absolutely love. Thank you for bringing that up. Who brought that up? Spirit Unbound, 100%. I love the soundtrack of this. It's so insane. It is so insane. Yeah, beautiful soundtrack, beautiful movie, man. But you wouldn't really know. Like, again, this is from 2000. You know, what did they shoot this on, anyways? I just have to know now. Panavision Panaflex Gold 2, Panavision Ultra Speed Mark II, Bell & Howell Canon lens, Pan Airy 35 Mark III, Panavision Ultra Speed Mark II, and macro lenses. Yeah, so there's famous macro shots out of this, to the point where even The Simpsons made a parody of the macro shots in this movie, like the sequence every time they like shoot up or they do drugs. So Simpsons parodied it when he gets addicted to the donuts or whatever, and it's like the donuts are going through Homer's veins. That's where they got it from. They got it from this movie. Crazy movie. I mean, look at that fisheye lens right there, boy. Look at that. That's wild. But then look at this. She's all lit like Golden Pond, you know. It's a cool movie, man. It's really cool. Yeah, man. Yeah, Clint Mansell, beautiful score, 100%. Deakins style reduced to a paragraph. That's awesome. Yeah, 100%, dude. Oh, man. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do, you know? Like, I was convinced for the longest time that it was like, no, dude, it's oh wait, that's the chat. I was trying to bring over this. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do, man. That's what I mean. That was dumb, right? Like, I was trying to I don't know what I was trying to do, man. Like I for a minute there, like I was convinced, like I just have to, the focal length is the key, you know. but I think like that was important for my evolution at the time. I mean, this, this says October. Oh, there it is. It was created. Oh wait, why did that go away? There we go. It was created October 6th, 2021. So that gives you an idea. Like, I made that in October of 2021. It kind of gives you an idea of where I was at the time. I love that you can see when you created the note. That's amazing. Yeah, because it's just kind of like, that's where I was at apparently 4 years ago, I guess, or over 4 years ago, right? It was just like, I don't know. I go through these little phases, you know, like, and a lot of times you guys see it here on the channel, you know, that's why like, for the longest time I would do so many lighting videos, and then I did like a whole thing where I was big into like the color science, and like I just go through these different waves where I'm like endlessly toiling, like trying to figure shit out. And that's why I say now, you know, I've gotten to the point now where I've just kind of like threw everything to the wind, and I'm like, I'm not so obsessed with everything anymore. But I think that's because, you know, I didn't know anything until 2017, right? So I'm sure there's like a lot of you on this chat alone, let alone the people that watch my channel, like 42,000 subscribers, right? I imagine the majority of those 42,000 people have been shooting way longer than me, you know? And so, you know, you think back like, you know, 2017 is not that long ago, you know? So it's just like, I'm trying to learn as much as I can in like a shorter amount of time, because I'm starting so much later than everyone else, you know? But also that's kind of how my brain works. Like I'm always like, there's a part of my brain that always thinks like, no, dude, like there's a key to all of this. There's like a hidden secret, you know? And there's not, obviously, you know. It's like, well, dude, there's not really a hidden, there's not like a connect the dots for an art form, you know. But that's what I had to do, because like I wasn't naturally born to do cinematography. I really don't believe that, you know. Like I only really started doing it because I'm just kind of like, you know, I don't know anything else other than like, you know, the entertainment business, and I just didn't want to act anymore. So I guess in my brain I was like, what can I do to where I can still stay involved with this business that I've devoted my entire life to, you know, and not have it be acting. And the only thing that I could think of was like the camera stuff, because, you know, I was a skateboarder in high school, so I did used to fuck around with cameras in high school. So I kind of always had this like kind of like, oh yeah, I like playing with cameras, you know what I mean? So but I just started so much later than everyone else. My favorite cinematography style for a while has been season 1 of The Crown. The Crown, really? Oh, that's interesting. That was that was not what I was expecting someone like you to say, Trev. But again, I don't know anything about the show. I don't even know if I've ever seen a trailer for this thing. It's just one of those, again, it like, I'm so quick to judge when it comes to like film and television. Like I'm so quick to judge just based upon images, you know? So for one, I see this image and I'm like, nope, I will never watch that, you know? Like, but maybe that's, oh man, I'm misogynistic or whatever, you know? But that's not, I mean, it just does. I don't know who she is. I don't know, you know? And then like The Crown, I mean, I do associate The Crown with like British stuff, and I'm not always hip to like watching British stuff. And it's not because like I'm nothing against the British. Like I love the Brits. Like I wish I could live in England, honestly. But like this kind of British stuff, I'm like, this is like, what is, you know, this is kind of fancy pants. Like, you know, I don't know. It's just kind of, it just feels so far removed from like what I am and my style of stuff. And yeah, it's probably to my detriment, right? That I don't like branch out a little bit. But yeah, that's interesting you say that. Maybe I'll give season 1, you know, maybe I'll give the pilot a go, you know. I do like this actor, Matt Smith. He's pretty wild. I mean, obviously I know who Claire Foy is. I didn't recognize. Yeah, I just don't know anything about the show. I've never once even thought of it more than just like, that just looks like some fancy pants shit. And also like, yeah, it deals with politics. I hate political shit, man. But yeah, I mean, if you vouch for it, dude, yeah, check it out. I also agree, recovering addict myself. Hell yeah, Evan Feltz, 100. That's badass, dude. Feel the same about Requiem for a Dream. Yeah, dude. Don't remember who did Spun. Oh, dude, I'm so glad you brought up Spun. I forgot about Spun. Do you know Spun is it is literally in the Guinness World Records for most edits in one film. It has the most edits. It's this is another crazy one, guys. Dude, I'm so glad you brought this up. I absolutely love this movie. It's so funny. Another addict brings it up because, yeah, this is a movie that we used to keep on repeat. This movie is gnarly, dude. Absolutely love this movie. This is a wild movie, guys. But yeah, 100%. They have the most edits, the most cuts. Brittany Murphy's in this, R.I.P., Jason Schwartzman, John Leguizamo. I mean, there's some amazing people in this film. Mickey Rourke. This is hands down Mickey Rourke's best performance of all time. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that. Mickey Rourke is so amazing in this film that when I watched this as a young adolescent, all I wanted to do was be Mickey Rourke. I just thought, dude, that guy's a badass, dude. Like, but yeah, you can see how gnarly this movie is. I mean, the look of it is so insane. But basically, like, these people are all meth heads. They're all just crazy meth heads. It's a crazy movie. So that's why it has like the most cuts. Like, let's see. I think it's in the details. I think it'll tell us in the trivia somewhere in here. Yeah, they shot it in 22 days total. Holy shit. Yeah, dude, there it is. The film includes more than 5,000 edits, a record. And it's more than just a record. It's literally in the Guinness World Records. 5,000 cuts. It's gnarly, dude. Yeah, let's see what did they tell us what they shot it on? Arriflex SR3. The Arriflex SR3 Super 16 mil. They shot this movie on Super 16, and Billy Corgan did the music for it, and he has some of the most beautiful original acoustic songs in this. Billy Corgan from Smashing Pumpkins, like just straight up like acoustic songs, some of the best stuff. I mean, this movie's gnarly. Yeah, I'm glad you brought this up. There's Mickey Rourke right there. He's so good. He's got one of the best monologues of all time in this movie. Guys, if you have not seen this movie is gnarly. Yeah, someone else brought it up too. I'm so glad you guys brought that up. Hollywood struggles with honesty. I don't really consume a lot of American films lately. I prefer foreign films. I've had my fill of our propaganda diet for a while. On Golden Pond. Yeah, that's what it looked like. Yeah. No, I understand that. I get that too. Yeah. Well, what are some other good ones? You know what? We started watching Mobland. That's a cool show, actually. I think the only reason why I started watching it is because Tom Hardy's in it, and I'm just like obsessed with Tom Hardy. Oh no, that's the wrong one. That's not it. That's Cowboys. But it's a British show. But it's the same guy that did oh my god, I'm drawing a blank now. The Pikey movie. What was the Snatch? Same guy that did Snatch. Yeah, Guy Ritchie. Yeah, same guy, Guy Ritchie. This is an awesome show. We just started watching this, but yeah, this is a British show. Good one though. This is my style of British show. You know, they're like British mafia. Actually, I think they're like Irish mafia. Yeah, really, really cool show. It's a fun one. I mean, they're all British. So yeah, UK. Yeah, London. So they film in London and Antwerp. Yeah, that's a good one. The Crown is beautifully shot. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. Yeah, those grabs look great. The set deck and wardrobe on The Crown was probably insane. Dang, you guys all like that show, huh? The most edits. That sounds like a bad thing. No, dude. No, they do it on purpose because it's chopped up for a reason because they're meth heads. So when you watch it, you feel like you're on drugs, dude. That's how the movie is. It's like da, 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 da. Like it's you just have to watch it. Just go check it out. You'll know why when you start. You'll be like, oh my god. I've never seen Spun. Add it to my watch list. Yeah, dude. Yeah, just watch it. But like, don't watch it with your parents. You know, it's not that kind of movie. You know. I remember like when we saw Kid. The first time I watched Kids, I was a kid. Funny enough, and and my mom came out, and sat down in the living room with us. Like it was me and all my skate rat friends, and we're all in the living room watching Kids. And my mom came in and sat down in the living room, started watching with us, and I'm just like, oh fuck. You want to talk about awkward? So if you guys don't know about this movie, this is a Harmony Korine movie, and this is a gnarly movie too. It's all about like, you know, young kids like having unprotected sex and, you know, spreading AIDS around New York. It's a fucked up movie, dude. Bro, the English monarchy is the original mafia. Is that true? The English monarchy is the original mafia? Oh, you mean before like mafia as we know it? Like before I don't know. Wouldn't like the Italians be the original mafia? Like before I know what you're saying though. Wait, are you saying The Crown is actually about like mafia stuff? Because if that's the case, I'll definitely watch it. All right. Where the hell were we? We got way off topic here. We're supposed to be talking about Severance, man. We're talking about Spun. Boy, that's a bad turn. Yeah, so I thought it was really cool though that she also shot Escape at Danemora. Did I pull that up on IMDb? We need to get some screen grabs of that going on. Let me see. Did we pull that up anywhere? Yeah, it's right here. Oh yeah. These are the grabs from it. Super gnarly, dude. Look at that shot. Yeah. This show has some amazing cinematography too. Same woman that shot it's a funny shot actually. Same woman that did Severance and Ben Stiller. Same duo. Totally different kind of show. Not as groundbreaking as Severance, you know. Have you guys noticed that? Like Severance is like become like a pop culture phenomenon. Like people are obsessed with Severance. Like I mean, it's been a long time since we've seen a show do what Severance has done, right? Like I was trying to think, like we were arguing about, like dude, we were shooting the pilot like a few weeks ago, me and Tristan and some other people on set, like we started arguing on set about like what show has had an impact more than Severance. And some people had said Game of Thrones, and that's probably the closest, right? Like where people became so the funny thing is, the reason why I was arguing that so bad is because I've never seen Game of Thrones. I watched half of the pilot and I was like, it includes two of the worst things: dragons and incest. I was like, I don't want nothing to do with that fucking show, dude. I hate dragons and I hate incest. but I understand it was like a huge phenomenon. But like I don't remember, but maybe it's just because YouTubers wasn't so much of a craze as it is nowadays, because were they making so many YouTube videos about Game of Thrones the way that they make YouTube videos about Severance and like TikTok? Like everybody, like as soon as an episode of Severance drops, like TikTok and YouTube just goes insane with the amount of people like making Easter egg videos and like all these crazy videos about it. Like the only thing that I think comes closest to it is like Breaking Bad. I feel like Breaking Bad was one of those shows too where people really lost their minds about it. Whereas, you know, I mean, I guess Game of Thrones probably is the actual like analytical winner in terms of like numbers and things, but I don't know if like they were crazed about it in the way of like trying to figure it out. But again, I don't know, because I'm completely ignorant to Game of Thrones, because like I was never in those circles, because it just wasn't my show, man, you know? But maybe some of you guys in here can attest to that. Have you seen The Pit? He said, huh? The Pit? No.
Doctor show.
Yeah, that's a doctor show, isn't it? Is that good? I've been back and forth about that. Like, do I want to watch that or not? Like someone else in real life mentioned that to me too, and I'm like, is that good? Yeah, Noah Weil. He's usually pretty good. I don't know, man. Like, what is this? You know, like, this is the way I am, man. Like, this is just how my brain is. I'll see a billboard around town. I'm just like, what is that? You know, like, I'm just so like, I'm that guy. You know, I'm that guy. I'm just like, it's like when your favorite band, you know, their number one radio hit, but you knew about it before the single came out, and then as soon as they start playing it over on the radio, you're like, man, fuck this song. You know, like, it's just like one of those things where it's like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know anything about this show. I never gave it a chance. I do love Sean Hadasoy though. He's from Animal Kingdom. I absolutely love Animal Kingdom. That's cool that he's in this. He's cool in not Animal Kingdom. Wait, was he in Animal Kingdom? No, I'm thinking of the other one they did. The one with Timberlake, which is another good movie. The one they shot in North Hollywood, and it's a true story. Emil Hirsch is in it. Rest in peace. You guys know what I'm talking about? Emil Hirsch is in Alpha Dog. But I think he was also in Animal Kingdom too, though. Yeah, Alpha Dog's an amazing show. Interesting though. Yeah, they got some good people in this. I might give this a go. I don't know. I'm weird about doctor shows though. You know, there's certain like content that I'm just weird about usually, but I don't know what this show is. The Daily Lives of Healthcare Okay.
Emil Hirsch died.
Emil Hirsch? No, yeah, he didn't die. Who am I thinking of? The other little kid. But the other kid is in it. It was Emil Hirsch and the kid that actually died. Let me just look it up. You're right. Emil Hirsch is still alive. I'm sorry, guys. Not Emil Hirsch. Who am I thinking of? The little kid that's in this movie. Oh my God, he's not at the top? Holy shit, I forgot that Harry Dean Stanton is in this. Guys, Alpha Dog is amazing. It's a true story too. Ben Foster, one of Ben Foster's best roles. He's in Anton Yelkin. That's what I was thinking of. So Anton Yelkin is in this movie with Emil Hirsch. Rest in peace to Anton Yelkin. Sadly, he did pass. But yeah, he was crushed by his like car or something. Yeah, a Jeep or was it a Land Rover or something. Yeah, something. Yeah, he got crushed by his own vehicle. Brutal story, dude. But this movie is insane, man. Bruce Willis is in it. Dude, Sharon Stone, the GOAT, Sharon Stone. This is a good movie, honestly. And yeah, see, there's your guy right there. That's the guy from The Pit right there in the middle. But Timberlake, honestly, Timberlake's really good in this movie. Like, he's really good in this movie. This movie's nuts. True story, too. Anyways, we're getting all kinds of rabbit holes tonight. Severance 2. What's Severance Mark 2? What are you talking about? The Pit? You saying Pit Severance 2? Mafia is neither English nor Italian. It is Turkish. Ooh, good point. Turkish Mafia. Just look at who had the Godfather shot, the Turk. Also notice the character named Turkish in Snatch. Interesting. All right, Signer Man. He's got the inside hookup on the Mafia. If I were an actor, I'd have a writer that forbids eating scenes. Take number 74 out. Eating spicy burritos just feels like a nightmare waiting to happen. I don't know. You know what's funny about that? Like Brad Pitt, if you notice, in most of his films, he's always eating something. And I saw an interview once where he said that the reason why he did that is because he's one of those actors that always needs to be doing something. You know, it's kind of funny. So if you notice, like he is always eating usually, or putting something in his mouth. But yeah, that is true. Like it's very popular. You guys are familiar with this, the spit bucket. So like if you ever do like a commercial or something where you got to keep taking a bite of something, they'll have a spit bucket. And you always know when you're working with someone that's super green, like they're new, and they'll refuse the spit bucket, and you just look at him, you're like, oh dude, he's a new guy. This is his first time. Because anybody refusing the spit bucket, oh boy, they're in for trouble. Laughing my ass off. I saw exactly half of the pilot and quit Game of Thrones immediately. Yeah, see, I'm not the only one. Good to know, dude. Back in its prime, Game of Thrones is way bigger than Severance. Really? Yeah, see, that's what they were saying on set. Yeah, and see, I think I was just out of the loop. But then they pulled up the numbers, and then I was like, okay, But I mean, I don't know if the numbers are fair at this point, because doesn't Game of Thrones have like 10 fucking seasons by now? So it's like, I don't know if the numbers are fair at this point, because Severance just started, I've yet to see a single episode of Game of Thrones. Dude, I'm not alone in this. The Walking Dead in the beginning was very interactive online. Hey, that's a good point too. And I never got into that one but was it the same, like, and what I mean though, guys, is like the level of like obsession to like trying to like figure out, because I think what's making this show in particular so crazy of like a pop culture thing is because there's so much mystery around it. It's like there's like a whole podcast that goes with the show. There's like all these fake books that they made that go with the show. They did a crazy pop-up here in Hollywood where like they were in little like basically like lumen tanks, like and the real actors were doing it, like right on Hollywood I think they did one on Hollywood Boulevard. It was like a pop-up and it was like a big thing. Did you guys not see that? Did you guys see that? I'm sure there's images of it. The Severance Hollywood pop-up. Did you guys ever see that? I mean, that's what I mean. Like there's so much like, yeah, see, I went to the Severance pop-up in Grand Central. Yeah, look at this. Crazy, right? Like that's the real actors. Look, this guy's got an easy rig on. He's got his easy rig with his Canon zoom lens. In his Hollyland. What's this guy got over here? We can't see. Someone's got their dumb phone in the way. Bastards. Look at all these phones. And then like these guys are the guys here for Apple TV. Yeah, praise Kier for this marketing stunt. That's what I mean. Like, did Game of Thrones ever do crazy shit like that? But also this goes to show like how much money Apple TV just like throws at the wall. They're just like, they do not give a fuck, dude. They're just like pissing money left and right. Like, they do not care, man. But like, I don't know if any other show had so much like, is mystery even the right word? Like, mystery, I guess, around it. Just like people just like wanting to like figure it out. And like, man, some of the people that go down the rabbit holes on this show is insane. Like the level that they will like deep dive into like each little detail. I just don't remember any show that ever had that much mystique around it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think, I don't think Game of Thrones had that, because it was wasn't just like everything just there, like it is what it is, like it's a show, right? Like, I don't know. I know for a fact Breaking Bad did not have that much mystery around it. I mean, obviously you could like predict, or, you know, you never know who's going to die or something like that, but like it didn't have like all this like weird shit around it, you know, like a mystery, like a straight up mystery, like a scavenger hunt. I guess that's what this show is. It's like the show became like a virtual social media scavenger hunt of some sort. Squid Games got pretty popular. Don't even talk to me about fucking Squid Games. Yeah, I guess so. I think they did pop-ups too, though, actually. Squid Games definitely did pop-ups. I swear they did Squid Game pop-ups. That might be where they got the idea for it. Squid Games pop-up? Yeah, see, Los Angeles. We get all the pop-ups, man. We're so cool, dude. No. What's that?
The original show was Lost.
Oh, Lost had that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Marianne said Lost. Yeah, Lost is probably the closest to it. People were obsessed with Lost. I forgot about that.
It was big on mystery and theory.
It was mystery and stuff. See, that's another one I never watched. I never watched Lost. That was during my drinking and days, you know. I wasn't paying much attention to what was going on in the world. If it wasn't like outside of my peripheral. Yeah. Is it here? Okay, that's all I care about. Yeah, but Lost, yeah, I think she's right on that. I think Lost would be like the closest thing to it.
A big inspiration for Severance.
That's right. She was saying it's a big inspiration for Severance, and that's true. That is true. You can see that in interviews and stuff. Look at this. You see how they lit it. One tube. That's all you need, guys. One tube in a fucking factory of overheads in one little tube. That's awesome. Wait, I think there's something over here on this side. Let's see. Oh, I can't zoom in anymore. I'm zoomed in as far as I can go. Let's see. I got lost now. I don't like how the pit looks, but my partner loves that show. Yeah. You don't like how it looks? Hold up. We can look at the grabs. We didn't really look at them, did we? Because that's what we're supposed to do here. Let me see. Where did that go now? Too many tabs. Too much anxiety. Okay, let me see. I got to bring it back up again. We'll look at the grabs. I mean, we did look at the grabs. I was only looking at the actors. I wasn't really looking at the lighting or nothing. But yeah, you know, it makes sense. It kind of has that like documentary vibe, right? Because it's, you know, it's like, you know what this is? You know, like I don't. The look. It's more of like a more nuanced ER Grey's Anatomy. You know, it's like it just has like a little bit more nuance to it. You know, but here's the thing. This is what I'm talking about, right? Like this is I'm so glad that we're bringing this show up, because this is a great like comparison against the Severance. If we just think about the location. Right? Because look, this is a very common location, shitty location. Nobody wants to go shoot in a hospital building. Nobody wants to go shoot in a doctor's office. Why? Because this is what happens, right? You got to lean into the overheads. To my eye, it all looks a little green. That could be wrong because I'm colorblind, but it just has that kind of weird look to it, you know, to me, right? But it's because like this is what happens. When you're in this type of location, you kind of get put into a box. And this is where Severance was like, no, fuck that, dude. Like, and that's what I think is really the true brilliance of it is the composition. You know, I mean, just look at it. Yeah. But again, it's also the production design, right? Because they were able to they were able to kind of create their own weird fantasy world here. But again, it's not like the greatest fucking place to be shooting in. It's just a bunch of white walls, you know? But I think because of the way they choose whoa, that was weird. They went from like the crazy, like BTS, or I don't know what the hell happened there. They did like the punch in. This is the actual frame. See, IMDb be fucking with us, man. But I mean, you know, I don't know. I think like, it's just, to me, it says a lot about like the originality of it all, you know, the way they lean into the ceiling and just, you know, I mean, I don't know, man. I think it's a masterclass in composition. You know, you look at these shots. I mean, look how wide that lens is, number one. And then you come over here and it's just like, this is, you know, this is basic. You know, this feels basic. You know, I don't mean to be like trashing anybody. These people are all insanely more talented than I could ever dream of being. Okay. I'm not, you know, that's not what I'm doing here. But I'm just saying like this, I feel like this is what you would expect it to look like, you know, and I know like this is very two different genres or whatever. But I'm just saying, like, I'm sure if this woman, where did it go now? You know, if this woman, again, Jessica Lee, if she was, you know, tasked with shooting in a hospital for the entire season, I'm sure that you would get some, you would get a look that you weren't anticipating on scene, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, that's just my opinion on it. That's just my opinion on it, you know? And it's not just this movie. Again, we could go back to the other crazy one they did, you know? It's still pretty unique if you ask me, you know? And this is honestly, this was probably even more challenging for her because this is a world, again, that they couldn't relate. You know, they not relate. This is a world that they couldn't totally create themselves. You know, they're in these, a lot of, like I said earlier, when they go to shoot prisons things, they usually go to a real prison, and there's a handful of them here in LA that they regularly use, and it's just, you know, she just has this very naturalistic but yet cinematic way of shooting things, where you can tell it is this very like natural vibe, but it just has, I think it all boils down to the framing, the composition. She just really has a beautiful eye, you know? I mean, that's really what it boils down to. Some people have it and some don't, you know? But the ones that do, you know, you can spot it instantly because you go, wow, this. And again, I know it's not just all the cinematography. We do have the production design here, the costumes, the wardrobe. I mean, I know it's a circus, right? Don't get it twisted. But I'm just saying that, you know, we all know that, you know, it starts with, you know, get the frame up, you know, and I think that she is just, to me, just seems like a natural talent at it, you know. And I do love the way they lean into the headroom too. That's one of my favorite things about Handmaid's Tale too. Man, Handmaid's Tale is probably one of my favorite shows of all time. I love Handmaid's Tale more than Severance because of the way it looks, right? Just because of the way it looks. To me, Handmaid's Tale is one of my favorite shot shows of all time. I could just watch it over and over and over. I feel like it is also a masterclass. Just amazing show. And we can get in and look at some of these frames too, because this show loves some headroom. And this was the first time where it really had me thinking about headroom, where I'm like, damn, but obviously none of these examples show, but look at this. I love this show. The way this show is done, oh my God, dude, so good. So good. I think this is back now too. We have to reactivate our Hulu because Handmaid's Tale is back. Yeah. Love the headroom in this. I'm just looking for, this is pretty good headroom. This is pretty decent headroom right here. But I'm just looking for like the iconic Handmaid's Tale shot. You know what I'm talking about. None of these are it. We're getting there now. None of these are it though. These are pretty normal Handmaid's Tale. I don't know. With this though, it is a lot of the lighting too. Like the lighting on top of the framing is like, damn, dude, this show just has it. If you ask me, like, yeah, dude, this show has it. Whatever it is, to me, this show has it in terms of cinematography. I don't really care about I don't want to talk about anything else about this show other than the cinematography. I mean, obviously, I'm into the story, but it's mainly the cinematography. What I love too about this show is they gave this lead actress her own lens. She had her own lens for the whole show, and I thought that was such a like genius move. Like, give the main character their own lens. How badass is that? I think it was something crazy too, like a rehoused Canon FD or something. Like it was like an article I read a long time ago. I know I'm flying through these, but I'm just trying to find the iconic headroom shot. You guys know what I'm talking about. And now, of course, they don't even have it on the fucking IMDb, dude. This, you know, maybe just another reason why I should re-sign up for what's the one that everyone uses, the Lawrence Sher shit. I don't know. I had it when he offered it for free when it was beta, like years ago. Was that during COVID when it was like beta? And then like, yeah, Shot Deck. And then when he when he started charging a monthly fee for it, I was like, nah, dude, I'll just use IMDb Pro. But now here I am having to go through every image. I could just hit this and just see if it's in here. They may not even have it in here. It's probably just like too played out. There's so many grabs in here. Holy shit, dude. I cannot believe they don't have one of the iconic headroom shots. This is crazy. Maybe it's just iconic to me because it was like in every trailer ever. I could just try to pull that up too, but I don't want to pull up a YouTube video. Damn, I can't even find it now. That sucks. Yeah, none of these have it. What a bummer. But this show it really leans into the headroom. I wish I could find a good example of it. Maybe this is kind of, but this is a wide technically. That doesn't really technically count. I mean, it kind of does, but usually the shot that I'm looking for specifically is usually when it's on our main girl and it's just like she's like super close to the camera and there's like so much room above her head. It's like, I just love it though. And it almost like cuts her off at the neck. I can't find any examples of that now. Anyways, I guess you'd have to watch the show to see it, but there's usually crazy headroom in these shows. This one's pretty close. But sometimes it's like taller than that. But anyways, yeah, I could talk about Handmaid's Tale forever. I love that show, man. The only reason if watch God is because I'm a Dinklage fan. Oh, the reason why you would watch Game of Thrones. Yeah. An actress from my first short film appeared on The Pit recently. Sloan Manano? Jason, are you in LA, dude? Are you in LA or no? Wait, do we still have The Pit on here? No. Okay, I think I can take Alpha Dog. Oh, I was going to look her up real quick. Let's see. What is it? Sloan Manano? I was just curious if I've ever... But you might not be in Los Angeles. I don't know where they do The Pit. Oh, they filmed The Pit in Pittsburgh? Are you in Pittsburgh? This is what I love about IMDb Pro. You can hit connections and see like, yeah, look, like this is the coolest part. Why is that on there? Here we go. Purnell. So I've never worked with her, but I've worked with people she's worked with, which is cool, right? Oh, she's worked with Corinne. So we worked with her on Shadow Marsh. That was the second feature film I shot. Sean Meyer, he was in here last week. So she's even worked with Sean Meyer. Are you guys in North California or something? Yeah, I was just getting back into Star Trek and he was crushed under his car. Shocking AF at the time. What? Oh, you're talking about Anton. Yeah, dude. Apple had more money than any entity had a right to. We're living inside a dystopian wealth disparity orgy. Well, yeah, but I mean, I think you could say they kind of earned it. I don't know if earned is the right word, but like, you know, they accumulated that money pretty well on their own, right? I mean, they started a friggin' empire, you know, and it's for goods that we're all obsessed with, you know. I mean, usually. Oh, he's in Washington State, not a big film state, but I'm making the most of it for now. Washington State, eh? Okay, all right. Oh yeah, I gotta, that's right, I forgot, I'm gonna do pie for my next YouTube video. That's what I'm gonna do. I stole that idea from Craigslist. I'm gonna recreate, I wanna recreate a weird ass little scene from Pi. I guess first I'd have to actually watch this movie. I don't think I've ever even seen this wild movie. You flew Sloan in from LA. Holy shit, dude. That's a big short film. That was a big budget short film. What's the name of your short film? Is it on IMDb? Is it on her page? What is your name? Jason Morbies? I'm gonna see if she has it on here. Where's her credits? We'll see. Is it this one? Death in a Box? Simeon Gregory. Was it Parasite in the Park? No. Was it? No. I guess you didn't put it on IMDb, bro. You failed step 1. Oh, it was Death in a Box. All right. Let's check it out, dude. What did you do on this, Jason? Oh, Simeon Gregory is your real name. Okay, sick. Damn, so you wrote it, you produced it, you directed it. A mysterious organic box appears floating above the ground just outside of town. Samara convinces her best friend Ava to check out the box, and its sinister revelations quickly unfold. It kind of looks like the face of the Terrifier clown. Death comes for us all. Some meet it face to face. Death in a box. All right, cool, man. Let's check out these grabs. Yeah, dude, these grabs look good, dude. Who shot this? Joe. What was his name? Oh, wow, that looks good too. Joe Greening. These are good frames, dude. These look good. Yeah, dude. Damn, even with the low light. What'd you guys shoot this on? Sony? Shot this on a Sony? This looks good, dude. These look great. These are great frames. Check that out. Oh, dude, you got some VFX in there? That's a badass shot. That's in Washington? Yeah, I want to go to Washington. I don't think I've ever been to Washington State, ever. But that can be a destination now. That mountain range looked awesome. Cool, man. Yeah, that looks good, dude. You guys put in here what you shot it on? Oh, you won a bunch of shit, dude. A Northwestern Horror Short Film Festival won Bloody Award. Best editing, best film, best special effects, scariest film, best score. Good God, that festival gave you every award, dude. Oh my God, best sound design, but not best cinematography. What a bummer, dude. It's hard to win best cinematography, huh? Days of the Dead Film Festival won best short. Wow, dude, congratulations. It won the Seattle Film Festival, best horror short. Tacoma Film Festival, best Pacific Northwest late night film. Damn, dude, you won a bunch of shit. Did you put on here what'd you shoot it on, dude? Death in a Box sounds like a documentary expose of fast food restaurants. Blackmagic Ursa Mini and Pocket 6K. Damn, really? Blackmagic Ursa Mini in the Pocket 6K. I didn't think you were going to say that. There's some dark scenes in there, huh? Yeah, you got to give it to them, though. They got pretty good dynamic range, don't they? That is dark, bro. Wow. Yeah, man, that's cool. Look how dark this one is, too. Pretty good. There you guys see it. See? Doesn't matter what the camera is. Doesn't matter what the camera is. You can do it. What's the time limit? How long have we been going for now? Who's got a time check here? Whenever I do these, there's no way to tell the time limit. Like, it never shows. Oh, I see it now. Okay, we're good. Damn. So should we get into what do we want to do? Craigslist, or we want to get into the newest ASC here? Look at this. Hold on. We got to look at this. Looking for a crew for a small independent movie, 20 days. Damn, that's a lot of days. But only only $150 to $200. Come on, bro. We wish we could offer the rates you deserve, but our tiny indie film simply can't. We can pay only $150 to $200 a day for 12-hour shifts, 6 days a week. Starting in June, we're looking for every position from ADs to grip gaffers, sound, art, and more. Bro, guys, just so you know, guys, PAs make more than that. Let me show you something. This is why, like, if you're in other parts of the country, but I think we are all, like, up to snuff on this, right? Like, right? Because, like, first of all, what is minimum wage right now in Cali? What is minimum wage? What is minimum wage in Los Angeles specifically? So right now the minimum wage, so this is old. This is super old. What the fuck, dude? 2025. Come on, man. Wow. 1787? That's all it is? I thought it was more than that. 1787. It's not enough, bro. Either way, that's not enough, right? So where'd my little calculator go? So $20 should just be minimum wage, right? Let's be real. Most places start out at 20 an hour usually, right? So they're talking about 12-hour days. I love how they call it shifts. 12-hour shifts, like we're working at McDonald's. 12 times 20 will be 240. So that's what I'm saying. PAs make, well, I was going to say 250, but okay, let's just say 240 is what PAs make. 240 a day, right? These guys aren't even hitting the PA mark. And they're asking for grip, gaff, sound, art. Like, dude, it's going to be really hard for them to fill those roles that are not above the line for that low of money. You know, I feel bad. I do feel bad for people that are trying to do this thing. But at the same time, like with our production company, we don't do it then. Like if we can't get the funds that we feel good about giving our crew, we just won't do it. Like we don't do the movie. Like
we rely on personal relationships.
Or yes, we do not. And that's another good point Marianne just brought up. We don't put out ads like this. Like, you know what I mean? Because we luckily, you know, through my acting career and then, you know, doing the cinematography, and Marianne's a screenwriter, so we've been doing that for like 7 years. So it's like, okay, so we have built a network of people, and we are blessed with where we live, but I believe you can build a network of people anywhere you are. The Duplass brothers are a perfect poster child for that, right? If you watch any interview of the Duplass brothers, they're always talking about building a network is so important, and just go do it wherever you are. Like you don't have to come to LA, certainly nowadays, 100% true, but that's what it is too. We rely more on our personal relationships. And a lot of the people that work with us, if they are willing to work for a lower rate, it's because they want to work with us, right? It's gonna, exactly, and then we do stuff for them. You know, like I'll go shoot some stuff for my buddies for free, or go act in something that they're shooting for free, right? And even if. And here's the thing too, like if one of my friends here approach me that they want me to act in something or they want me to shoot something, if they're my close friend, first of all, if they want me to act in something, I just go do it because I love, it's just fun to do it. But like if it's you know, like if they want me to shoot something, and you know, it is a little harder for me because I know when they come to me, they want everything, right? Because they know I have everything. So it is a little harder then for me just to go do it for free, you know, because, you know, gas alone on the van is going to be like $100 for the gas alone, you know? So it's like, okay, so like, but the thing is like, I try my best to work with my friends because I know like, they help me out a lot too, you know? So that's why it's so important to build a network, you know? Like I couldn't imagine having to like, you know, have no network whatsoever and put an ad out like this. And like, I've a little bit, I feel bad, right? Because it's like, damn, dude, you know, it's basically like, but in a way too, like, I guess I get it. Like if you're brand new to a town or something, or you're just like, you just wake up one day and you do the Robert Rodriguez thing where you make a bunch of business cards that say director under your name. You know, you just wake up with a bug in your ass and you're like, this is what I'm going to do now. Look, I applaud that. You know, I really do. I applaud people taking risks. I've spent my whole life taking risks. That's all I do is take risks. I'm a nonstop risk taker. But at the same time, like, this is like a real struggle, you know, and there is a little bit of me that gets annoyed at this kind of stuff when I see it, because there is a little bit of part of me, the pessimistic side of me, that wants to think like, oh, they're just doing this to take advantage of hard times right now because they know everybody's on hard times right now. It's not just exclusive to LA, right? Like it's hard times everywhere right now. And it's like, you know, there's that negative part of me that always thinks that, you know, but at the end of the day, it's like, damn, you know, it's like they're trying to do it, you know, they're trying to do it. But if you guys are out there trying to do something like this, like, I would encourage you to just try to start building your own network, and you can do it. You know what I mean? You can do it. You can all be weekend warriors together. I've done that with so many of my friends, right? And if they have me bring a van full of gear, I don't do it for free because that would be too insane, you know, but I do try to help them out. And I love weekend warrioring, you know, but certainly if it's just me, if I can just show up with my little car and my camera, I'll do plenty of shit for free here for my friends in LA. You know, I don't care. But that's what you do, you know, that's kind of how you build your little network, you know? So I would encourage you to do that somehow, some way. Look, and I know, like, if you're like, damn, well, what do I do if I'm, you know, if I just touch down and I'm all by myself, I don't know anybody. It's like, yeah, that's rough. You know, that's rough, but you got to get out there, you know, rather than making these posts, start going and working for, not Craigslist. I hate to say go do Craigslist posts, but you know, I did Craigslist posts in the beginning, but honestly, I don't, that's not true. You know, there are a handful of people that I did meet through Craigslist that honestly I still know. And some of them, a couple of them, I still hang with and shoot with every now and then. Yeah. It's not a lot, but there are a couple, you know, that people that I went and did stuff for through a Craigslist ad. Honestly, it might only be one person, and then that I haven't done anything with them in a long time, actually. But that's what I mean. Just go, you know, the work begets work, you know. So if you're trying to build a network of filmmakers, then you got to get on set. Like, you got to get on other films, right? And then that's how you start building and meeting people, and then you're making money too, right? And hopefully you're making more than $150, you know. But look, you know, like if I like was like, dude, but shit like for this is hard for me, right? Because I'm like, dude, June is so far away. Like, it's impossible for me to make plans for Wednesday, you know, it being Sunday right now. It's like, I'm not going to sit here and make plans for Wednesday unless you're going to put a number on it in terms of like moolah. You know what I mean? Like, it's so hard for me to commit to something that is so far away with that low of a price tag on it. You know, like, that's my thing. Because otherwise, if they were like, dude, we want to go and we want to shoot this movie, we're going to start shooting it next week, we want to get it done in 2 weeks. I would maybe, honestly, if it was something like that where it was that soon and I knew I don't got nothing going on, I would go, okay, send me the script. You know, it would be intriguing to me. But this is so far in advance. It's like, it's going to be so hard for them to lock anybody down because it's crazy. It's like, June, what? $150 a day? Like, you're booking now for June at only $150 a day. How is anyone going to be able to commit to that? You know, as soon as one of their better jobs come up, they're out, dude. They're gone, bro. You know, so I mean, and it will happen, hands down, 100%. It's going to happen because this is Los Angeles. You know what I mean? So it's just, it's not the way to go about it, man, in my opinion. Ursa Mini is old school at this point. OG shit. Yeah, dude. $4,000 for 20 days. Yeah, dude, it's a lot of days. We got gritty with some stuff. We were rigging a Pocket 6K to an auto pole to run across the ceiling for some god overhead shots. That's badass. Yeah, dude, we used to do stuff like that. You know what we used to use? We used to use these things. I did a video on them a long time ago, dude. Let me see if I can find these Home Depot wall splitters. It's funny too because oh, they're not called wall splitters. What are they called? What are those things called? I'm gonna have to go to my own YouTube channel because I did a video on it a long time ago. And Manfrotto make like their own version of these things. Let me see if I can find it in here. We're gonna have to go to the way back. This was like ages ago. I don't know if you guys remember. There were like these yellow poles and they extend. They're basically what you're talking about. But they're dirt cheap. And what's cool about it, yeah, here they are. Best accessory for film lighting on a budget. Oh man, I love watching old videos of mine.
Credit's due. My friend and loyal member
sorry.
of the
Here we go. Scripted AF. Here we go. So yeah, these things right here. Do you guys remember this video? Let me see. I think I have a link to them or something. Task tools. Yeah, they're task tools, quick support rods. quick support rods, right? So these things, you can get these in all different lengths. These are the same exact ones that they sell at Home Depot, by the way. And you can add to them. Oh my God, look how expensive they are now. Holy shit. $42 for one of these? No, dude, this is like doubled in price. This is literally double the price of what it used to be. That's crazy to me. When did I make that video? 2021. Damn. Yeah, so I guess it's pretty old at this point. But these are cool though, man, because you get them in all different sizes. I used to have these in my van. Like I had 2 in every size, right? So I had 2 of each size in the van. And then what you do, you can make them even longer. So you get these extenders and they attach in the middle. Yeah, I used to have so many different lengths of these, and you see how they like boom, boom. So yeah, Manfrotto makes the versions of these, and I think there's another brand, probably Modern Studio or Matthews Grip makes their own version of these too. They're great for like hanging, like the video that I did on it. It was all about like how I use them to hang RGB tubes, you know, like the Titans and stuff. But that's mainly that's why I first bought them. I did an Andy Grammer video, and that was what was on the thumbnail. I did a it's long gone now, but Andy Grammer, he's like this big pop musician. I was his gaffer for a while. But so that's where I first got the idea. So I went to Home Depot and got a bunch of these because we were in this little tiny like location in downtown LA. And I got up it had like old school wooden rafters, but they came down like a very low key A-frame, right? And then it would split off on the side like this. So I ran them to each side and just hung tubes on the ceiling like that. But these are great too. I mean, you could totally like put a Mayfer clamp on there and a safety chain. Make sure you use a safety chain if you're putting your little camera on there. But yeah, they could hold a pocket camera, no problem whatsoever. You put the A7S III on there, FX3, whatever. Yeah, dude. After switching, now you're on the Komodo X. The Ursa feels like a dinosaur, but it had internal variable ND at least. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Now you're on the Komodo X, huh? Wow. Are you guys gonna shoot a film on the X? You working on your next movie? What up, Bad Karma's in the house. Welcome to Tariffs USA. Yeah, dude, I guess so, man. That's double the price that shit was. That's crazy. That might just be Amazon prices though too, because I bought these at Home Depot. All right, now that I know what it is, because I've noticed that lately. Have you noticed that Amazon prices are higher than what they normally are? I noticed that on something else the other day. Let's see. Task support rods, just because I'm curious now. Okay, what size was that $40 one? The 29.5 inch. So see, yeah, they extend. So this one goes from 29.5 inches to 49 inches. These ones are in feet. But wait. God, I'm so bad at math, guys. How many feet is 49 inches? Well, it would be what, like 4 feet? Like a little over 4 feet, right? Fuck, I don't know. Yeah, I think so. So it would be this one. Yeah, see, it's not $40. It's only $28. That's what I'm saying, man. These prices ain't right. That's crazy to me. Yeah, $150 a day and free ice water. 100%. They're going to need it. I'm going to need it. Damn. All right. Let's see. What do we got? We got an hour and 45. Yeah, guys, I think we're going to call it, man. The crowd dwindled down. Convo's dying down. Amazing. Amazon putting the squeeze on us for sure. 100%, dude. The tariff sheriff. You're right about that, dude. Anyways, I was hoping John would come in here and tell us how. I don't even know if he's in here anymore, though. Chris, I don't know if Chris Flores is in here anymore. He was wanting to know how to get his commercial an Emmy nomination. Wait, let's look at this last one right here. Camera person needed for music video shoot. Here we go. We can do a music video shoot for $300. That's easy. We're looking for a shooter with a great eye and a solid camera who knows how to work their gear. For a one-day music video shoot. May 4th, 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. The pay is $300 flat. Dinner is included. We're shooting 3 music videos. Oh my God, dude. 3 music videos on a stage with special effects, lighting, and lasers. Oh, look out, boy. For a new Rush tribute band, Fly By Night LA, flybynight.live. Rush fan, big plus. handheld and or Steadicam style. Yeah, bro, if it's 300 flat, you're not going to get a Steadicam. We'll also have a couple of lockdown cameras shooting 4K. Must have reliable car, no flakes. So see, they've been bailed on before. I was almost going to go for that, but then it said 3 music videos in one night, in one 8-hour night. So first of all, you know they got a hard out because they're shooting somewhere, and you know they got a hard out when it says 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. Like nobody knows those unless you know you have a hard out. It's like, how are you going to do 3 music videos in 8 hours? And you got special effects, lighting, and lasers. Lasers is the biggest no-no for me, just because it's like, dude, I'm not going to, you know, my fucking ass would get my fucking sensor shot with a laser, and I would lose my $6,000 camera for $300. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Damn, just get a job at Dunkin' Donuts. These wages. Yeah, dude, I know. Oh man. Yeah, Ron, you got in late, bro. I know. I even started later this time. I started later, but you know, it's the Last of Us night. My wife's giving me the side eye. I'm losing my voice. Yeah, dude. But I wish I would have been more articulate, and we could have talked more about Severance. I didn't really do it enough justice, I don't think, guys. But there's plenty of videos out there that do. But I think the takeaway here is just beautiful composition. I mean, that's what I believe. Like, beyond everything else, to me, like, the big winner of this was the composition. I absolutely adore it. I think it's so smart and such a beautiful way to use a space that I think so many people would just flub it. You know, like so many people, or maybe not just flub it, but would just cheat it, would just like be like, nah. You know, it's like, yeah, this is what it's supposed to be. You know, it's like, but this is this is like true art. You know, I really mean that. Like beyond just the cinematography, you know, and obviously, you know, they give so much detail to everything in the show. It's insane. Like, honestly, Ben Stiller, he's onto something, man. I got to give it to him. Yeah, I guess we'll end it there. And yeah, guys, stay off the Craigslist, man. I mean, you know, it's a bummer, man. It's wild to me that I used to like get jobs on here like years ago, but it's not so much like that anymore. But yeah, watch the films we mentioned. Gotta watch Handmaid's Tale, Severance, Spun, True Romance. You got your homework to do. Requiem for a Dream. Those are the big ones. All right, guys, thank you so much. Hit the like button on your way out so people can find this. What I've noticed is these streams get like some of them get over 1,000 views after they go live. So people are coming back. So that's really rad too. So I appreciate that. Thanks for the love, guys. Thank you for watching. What about a movie watching meet one week for some of this stuff? Yeah, I wish I got, all right. I'll try to figure out how to do that. What do you mean? Like meeting virtually and watch a movie, or you mean like watching a movie for real? Because that would be rad, like if I just roasted a movie. But no, I wouldn't roast it. It would be rad. Like, I wanted to try to figure out how to do that with Severance, like, and I did pull up the trailer, but we don't need to go back to that. But I got to figure out how to do it to where like it won't get copyright strike, because that's like the biggest, hardest thing when you have a YouTube channel is like the copyright strikes. And what I noticed too, like even when I do my cinematography breakdowns on my Patreon, is when I try to screen record off of some things, even using like backdoor screen record, it still blacks it out. Like HBO is so smart where it just blacks it out even through the back door. So it's like, damn, like I would have to like, I guess, get back to the torrent days and try to like rip stuff. And we could do that too. Maybe we should do that. This is what I'll do. I'll put a thing in the YouTube posts. They used to call it the community tab, but now it's just called YouTube posts, I guess. I'll put a thing over there and start a poll, or yeah, I guess a poll is the right word. I guess like wish list or something. And we can get like, I'll lay down some options. And yeah, maybe it'll be something cool, you know, like a stop go thing where, you know, we talk about it. We could talk shit about it. We can talk about the lighting, cinematography, acting, directing, whatever. Like we can go full hog on it. Yeah, we can start our own film school. We can start the Justin Phillip Film School. That'll be badass, dude. Okay, yeah, that's what we'll do. So we'll start a YouTube post, and oh, you can do it on Twitch? Oh, okay. It's sick. So Trevor, yeah, dude, if you're on, send me a message or something. You just gave me the hookup. What do you mean? Are you gonna send me, like, DM me something? Just let me know, bro. And yeah, that's what we'll do. I'll put it in the post, and yeah, we'll figure it out. Maybe Trevor can let me know how to do it, and that'll be rad. That's what we'll do. All right, guys, thank you so much. This was a small crowd, but this was a good crowd. Thanks, guys, and be sure to hit that like button. We'll see